every transaction, if my dad sent me 25 euros, then I would have gotten 0 euros because 25 euros was that ingress fee. They sent me that money back, which motivates me to believe that the middleman is charging this money for almost no reason. They're just there and you have this dependence, they have this monopolistic behavior and they charge you this money. Now I'm going to show you how fast this really is. I'm going to open up Wise. I already have 165 euro. So the step one would be, my natural step would be to budget my travel or plan how much money is going to be sent for this one installment and then add that money to my Wise wallet. So I'm going to hit add money and let's say I'm going to add another 100 euros and I'm going to pay with bank transfer. So far I'm sending money from my French bank account to my Wise wallet. So the fee is 0. I pay nothing for this and I can use this in France or in any euro accepting country. Now it's asking me to make this bank transfer to this IBAN. Faire un virement, nouveau virement from my account to Wise Europe. Say 100 bucks, expenses, faire un virement instantané, confirm. Then I go back to my Wise account and say I've made my bank transfer and then it's going to be waiting for this transfer. Now when I'm sending money from my bank transfer, like you just saw, it's going to take a hot second and this one is free. Or if I chose to send it by Apple Pay, so if I hit Apple Pay, it changes paying with Apple Pay. And now you just double tap, you pay 87 cents for this and this one is instantaneous. Now when I come back home, my 100 euro transfer is already done. If I open my email, they would have sent me, you added 100 euros to your balance. So now I have 100 more euros in my TransferWise balance. So that was really fast. Now if I'm sending this money to India, I need to choose an account to send it to. I have my Indian account already set up. You just need your account number, IFSC code and so on. And once that's done, you want to send, let's say 100 euros to your Indian account, 8,733. And it's giving me a transfer rate of 88.409 for every euro. If I looked at Google for INR EUR, 1 euro is 88.41. They're giving me 88.409, so 88.41. So it's the same rate. And for sending this 100 euros, if I send it from my balance, the fee is €1.22. So it's not much, 1.2% for 100 euros I'm sending. And if I changed it to a new Apple Pay transfer, it's €2.57 because there's Apple Pay and Visa. My card is Visa, so there are those fees. If I sent it as a bank transfer, it's €1.71, which is lower than Apple Pay. If I sent it from my Wise account, so putting money in was free and sending money is €1.22. So I'm saving another 50 cents over there. So I can just use this balance to send it over to India. So I can hit continue to send 100 euros. What's the reason? Personal expense, submit. I'm just going to call it expenses, confirm and send. So it's going from, it's 1657 right now. And TransferWise says that it's done. Yeah, it's done. 5 Jan 2025, 8,733 rupees. Now that was insanely fast. I sent 100 euros to India in a matter of a couple of seconds. Now the reason why I'm sharing this I use TransferWise account video with you is because I walked into a RIA store the other day. It's a store where they send money to India, to Pakistan, all these other countries. So when I walked in over there, I saw this Pakistani guy wearing like a blue-collared manual worker. He was doing some kind of construction stuff and he came in with 1,000 euros in his hand. So they asked him to fill out a form and it melted my heart when he handed in his money and they told him how much money is going to go to his family's account in Pakistan. The moment they said that, I pulled up my phone and I looked at the rate of euro and Pakistani rupee. It was not what they are sending to his Pakistani bank account. Then I fired up TransferWise to see how much they are charging to send it. This guy has a smartphone. He's listening to music on his smartphone. He has 3G. So I wanted to make this video to show him that it can be so much cheaper and that he's losing so much money. That's the reason I wanted to make this video. So through watching my YouTube videos in the past, if you've ever had any kind of value, I would urge you to share this video with someone or tell them about this TransferWise thing when they are sending their hard-earned money from one country to another. I know it's always a little stressful to pull out your phone and make a 100 euro payment or 200 euro payment via a service that you don't know, and that's what the Pakistani guy was telling me too. But I want to assure you by saying I've been using the service for years now. I've paid my entire student debt, which was taken in India. I earned that money in France and I sent it back to India. I paid that entire money back using TransferWise. The reason I did this is because when I was a student in France, I used to get a scholarship amount and my parents used to send me some money every now and then. So when they sent me the money, this hard-earned money from India, conversion rate is not in your favor. And after sending this money, HSBC Bank back in the day charged me 25 euros for that transaction, for the ingress fee. Like my dad had already paid a fee back home in India to send that money to my French bank account, and HSBC charged me 25 euros. And it was such a scam. I did not notice it at first, and then when I noticed it, I went to protest. I sat down and I was yelling at that lady saying that you didn't tell me when I was opening a bank account that I will be having this ingress fee. It must have been somewhere in the fine print, but you did not tell me. And as a student in France, I'm expecting all my money to come from India. So you can't be going around charging me 25 euros for every transaction. If my dad sent me 25 euros, then I would have gotten 0 euros because 25 euros was that ingress fee. So after yelling at her and involving my school and writing a couple of scathing emails, they sent me that money back, which motivates me to believe that the middleman is charging this money for almost no reason. They're just there and you have this dependence, they have this monopolistic behavior and they charge you this money. That's where I found out about TransferWise, and I first sent 10 euros to India to make sure that it works. Then when I started earning money in France, I would send it in installments of 100 euros instead of sending 1,000, 2,000 euros because I was also scared. But then after I noticed how reactive their services are, when I would get my salary here in France, how much money has to go to India for the debt, I would just send it in one shot, because whether I sent 500 euros or 1,000 euros, the fee is the same. So that's really helpful. So if you're worrying about security, it's secure. Trust me, I've been using this for years now. I tried to convince this Pakistani guy, and I understand that he did not want to trust a random Indian dude on the streets. But I don't know how else to convince this guy that he is losing money when he sends money via these middlemen. Ria, Western Union, I don't know if it's closed anymore or if it's there. But yeah, they charge you a lot of money. Even your bank charges you a lot of money. So I've been traveling a bit, and you can notice up front there is the Czech crowns, there's the Polish money, there's some Indian rupees, and there's Hungary's money. The reason that this is there is because when I would travel there, I would go with my card, my TransferWise card, which looks like this. Then I would just add money in the currency of that country, and I would spend it with the card like it's a local card. I could use it in an ATM. There is a fee, a 50-cent fee when you use it in the ATM. So it's better to draw a large amount of money instead of a small amount of money. But Apple Pay and the card wireless transaction thing, it works everywhere. I used it in so many restaurants. I used it all around when I was traveling in the Czech Republic, in Poland, and in Hungary. With a couple of exceptions, when you go to the Netherlands, they don't accept Visa everywhere. So for that, you need a MasterCard. And I have a Revolut card that I use when I go to the Netherlands. If you are anything like me, when you get your first job, you're living in a house sharing a little far away from the city and not going out as much, saving every little pie to send back money, to pay back your debt, to not have this high interest back home in India, then yeah, you want a secure way out. I don't know what are the tone to say this in to make it sound as convincing as possible, but this works. And my heart goes out to those people who get scammed by banks and other financial institutions for these transactions, and they have this monopolistic behavior, and you end up paying more than you're supposed to pay for that transaction. I hope that doesn't happen to you. I wish you the best in 2025. I'll make more videos on here this year. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you around. Keep learning.